Welcome! Today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite roles in the game, the halfback. We're gonna use a tactical board and also in-game footage, with highlights and arrows and spotlights and all that thing that makes tactical analysis super cool. Before we look at how the halfback works in-game, let's take a look here. The halfback is nothing but a defensive midfielder who will drop between the center backs, in this case number 3 and number 4, while your wing backs, number 2 and number 6 in this case, go up. By doing that, now you have 3 men in the back to build up. That means if you're playing against a team that has 2 attackers, for example, here number 10 and number 9, who are marking number 3 and number 4, by dropping number 5 between them, you are now in a situation of 3 players versus 2. You have a numerical superiority, which is great for those of you who like keeping possession and playing out of the back. For our first in-game example, I'm using Fulham on a 4-3-3 with Palhinha playing as a halfback. So here, Palhinha is our halfback. Fulham has the ball, and notice how Palhinha will drop back between the center backs, just like we discussed before. And now we have 3 men in the build-up against 2 men from Norwich. We have the numerical advantage. We're gonna keep passing the ball around, and Palhinha will be free to receive the ball. And you see here, he had a couple of options to play the long ball on the left or on the right, but he chooses to play safe, to play with the goalkeeper, but that's fine. Notice that here's the basic shape. 3 in the back with 2 wingers open on the flanks, but we have 1 extra man in the back, which makes passing the ball around very easy for us. Here's another great example. Notice that Palhinha drops as the halfback between the 2 center backs. But take a look at the center back under the spotlight, the center back on the left side. Watch him, I highlighted him in blue for you. He will go up now to provide support to the wing back, and when he does, Palhinha will go and cover him as a center back. Take a look, we play, we attack. Now Palhinha is basically as a center back next to the other center back in a 2v1 against the Norwich attacker, and the center back on the left is providing support to the wing back. The play goes on, we make the pass, we lose the ball. Now pay attention what happens between the center back and Palhinha as the halfback as they switch positions. The center back goes back to the defense and Palhinha stays in the middle as a defensive midfielder. Now let's take a look at how the halfback plays defensively. Not much different than a traditional defensive midfielder. Here you have Palhinha. Again, let's highlight him in the video. He's in front of the 2 center backs, and he's gonna start scanning for any threats. He finds a threat, it's the Norwich forward, and notice how he marks the guy tightly. He chases him everywhere until he wins the ball, relentlessly. So there is nothing too specific about the halfback defensively. He's aggressive, he will stay back, he has a defensive mindset, but his main difference is in the build-up when the team actually has the ball in possession. So let's take a look at how the team will work on a 4-2-3-1 with 2 defensive midfielders, being one of them the halfback and the other one a ball-winning midfielder. It works a little bit differently, so I want to show you this. Take a look here. We are now on a 4-2-3-1 with Palhinha as a halfback next to another defensive midfielder and 2 center backs. Palhinha is highlighted in blue. Take a look, Palhinha is a little bit forward. Now he will go up and he will provide support to the team. But notice how as soon as Palhinha realizes that the wing back is gonna attack, Palhinha will basically go back and he will play right there as a center back. Take a look. The wing back goes up and now Palhinha is back. The difference now between the halfback as the only defensive midfielder and in this case with another defensive midfielder is that Palhinha is now open on the left as a center back, no longer in the middle. But the theory applies the same way. We have 3 guys in the back, versus 2, and it's very clear here in the picture. Now I want to do one thing. I want to change Palhinha from halfback to defensive midfielder so you can see the difference between the two roles. Let's do this very quick. Here, defensive midfielder, defense, and that's okay. Okay, I'm highlighting Palhinha in red. Take a look. Now we're just marking. He will relentlessly mark the attacking midfielder. But here's the key. Notice that Palhinha, right now, I'm gonna stop right here. Palhinha now is in front of the two center backs as a defensive midfielder. If he were playing as a halfback, Palhinha would then be playing right there. He would give the option as another center back in the middle, and the center back who is there would open on the right side. That way we could have 3 guys in the back. Since Palhinha now is playing as a defensive midfielder, he is not gonna drop back to give the third option. He's gonna stay where he is, and he will try to give an option in the middle as a defensive midfielder. Take a look, he never drops back, he stays there the whole time. So that's it, we covered the halfback with 1 defensive midfielder, 2 defensive midfielders, attacking, defending, and also the main difference between the halfback and the defensive midfielder. I hope you liked this video. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this new channel. Thank you.